Good morning. This is the Yuma Gardener, and I want to take you on a tour of the my newly created hummingbird garden. So let's get started. This is the view from my front steps. I'm going to step down now. This is still a work in progress, but a lot of work has been done. As you can see, there at one point there was covering this area here was lattice, and I moved the lattice from here and had it put back against the back wall there. And one reason is the lattice does give a lot of filtered shade. So the plants that we have here. Now this is a cross vine, and it was all attached to the lattice, and I removed it from the lattice, created this trellis out of the ladder mesh that you get at a Home Depot store or at Lowe's, and it's in the building apartment back where the concrete blocks and cement and stuff are, and it's comes, I think it's 8 or 10 feet pieces, and it's very lightweight, and it's very bendable, and I attached two of them together with zip ties, and then pushed them down into the ground and made this really nice trellis. Now, I noticed that the hummingbirds are not too attracted to these flowers. Let me see if I can find there's nothing blooming on it right now. But the hummingbirds don't seem to be attracted to this. But there's another little bird that has started showing up in the garden in the last couple of days. I haven't been able to get a photograph of it, but the little birds seem to like this plant. So it's attracting other wildlife. This is, of course, the papaya, and we had a struggle during the summer months, but it survived, and it's starting to really grow now. I had my yellow bells out here across the front, but what I did, I moved my moringa trees to the front because they're growing so fast that they will probably reach the top of the canopy pretty soon. So I wanted to give them an area to grow where when they get up to the top of the canopy, I can pull them out just a little bit and they can continue to grow. So I have 3 moringa trees here across the front of the hummingbird garden. So I'm sure you remember the petunia that just doesn't give up. I've had it for quite a long time, and at one point the dog chewed it back all the way down to nothing, and it came back, and then during the summer it was burnt pretty bad by the sun, and now it's coming back again. So we'll just keep letting it do its thing. Next to that is a native plant. This is the Mexican petunia. This one needs to go into a larger pot, so I'm going to be doing the repotting this this week because this is a nice size shrub. I still have my sweet potatoes up here. There's 3 grow bags of sweet potatoes, and I am going to be harvesting the sweet potatoes next month. I read an article that said that sweet potatoes are harvested in the October or November, so I want to do it maybe just before Thanksgiving. I have a elephant bush. It probably needs to go into a bigger pot. These are 4 Mexican bird of paradise, yellow bird of paradise trees. I started those from seed. I have more on the other side. I think I have about 8 more, so I have about a dozen. I'm going to donate some of the trees, these Mexican bird of paradise trees, to the plant sales that they have. The master gardeners have a plant sale, and my Tops Club is going to have a yard sale. I might donate a couple of those, and then also the RV park that I live in, they have a yard sale. So I'll probably only keep about 2 to 4 of those. This planter, actually the pot belongs to a neighbor who left for the summer, and she left a beautiful pot full of petunias, and they died back, and I was getting ready to get the pot ready to give to her, and now something else is coming up and growing in there, so I'm not even sure what that is. This corner I have 3, these are brittle bush, and when they bloom they have beautiful yellow flowers, so I'm hoping for a corner of yellow flowers when these are ready to bloom. Again, I have not identified that particular plant. If anybody knows what that is, just leave me a comment below and help me identify what that is. These pots here last year, they had nasturtiums, and nasturtiums are supposed to come back every year, so I've been watering these and hoping to see nasturtiums come back. There's something coming in here, but you can't tell right away whether it's a weed or if it's a plant, so hopefully it is nasturtiums. So the vinca, they're still doing great. Vinca is a summer plant, so I'm not sure how long it's going to last during the milder months that are ahead of us, because out here in Arizona, this is really our spring. It's your winter, but it's our spring because our temperatures are really coming down now, and the plants love it, and they're going to really flourish. These are 2 elephant bush that I've had for a long time, and I need to repot both of those. They've been in the same pot for 3 years, and I think they need a little bit more room to grow. Below that is a pink lantana. I have 3 yellow lantanas. Now I'm shooting into the sun, but the sun just came up, hanging in hanging pots. So that's 1, and there's 2 more back there of the lantana. As you can see, I also have lots of hummingbird feeders. So I just got a new dog, and so this is his potty area. And this one is the elephant bush that I've had for 3 years. When I initially potted it, I put it in a pretty, excuse me, large size pot, so it's doing great. Now these are my yellow bells. I have 4 of them, and initially I had them across the front, but I'm moving them back here to the back because I will be able to control the height of the yellow bells, and I'm not going to let them get above they're not going to reach the top of the canopy. So we'll keep them trimmed, and I'm trimming them as little trees. When they bloom, they're going to be blooming yellow flowers. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, the only problem I have right now is this planter back here. I haven't planted anything in it, but I need to move it. And it's a plastic storage container, and you have to be careful how you move that. So I want to move these yellow bells so I can pull out that planter, and I'm not really sure where that planter is going to go yet, so I haven't moved it. Also behind the yellow bells, I have the planter which has nothing actually planted in it, but on top of it, this is where the Mexican trees, yellow bird of paradise trees, and I believe there's 8 of them in here, and I'm going to remove them from here and possibly put them towards the front of the garden. So I'm not really sure yet. So I'm still trying to rearrange things and get things moved around. There's something growing here that as a volunteer, I'm not really sure what that is. Again, this is supposed to be dinosaur kale. I planted that quite a while ago, and it's just barely doing something now. So I gotta find a home for it. This is my purple plant, and I have asked my viewers to help me identify this. Some people call it the Wandering Jew, but I don't think that's the name for this plant. If anybody knows what that is, please leave a comment for me at the bottom of this video. This is my honeysuckle. I have 2 honeysuckle plants, and I'm telling you, the hummingbirds love those orange blossoms. The only problem sometimes with the honeysuckle is they'll bloom like this, and then all of the blooms will die, and there's nothing on it for a while, and then it blooms again. I would love to see continuous blooms on here. I'm not sure how honeysuckle grows, but continuously blooming in orange flowers for the hummingbirds would be fantastic. So basically, I've made a full circle of the garden, and I just want to show you my prize that I got last week. I was driving by the Yuma hospice thrift store, Hospice of Yuma thrift store, and outside was this beautiful rustic garden set, and I believe it's teak. I'm not really sure of the wood, but I do believe it's teak. And I made a quick turn and pulled into their parking lot, and I immediately went to the set, and I was sitting there, and when the clerk walked by, I asked her, well, how much is it? And she said, well, ma'am, somebody has already on a list to purchase this item. I said, well, where are they? She says, well, I just called them, and they're on their way, and to get it. I said, so how much time are you gonna give them? Because I was really determined and interested in this set, because I just knew this was something that was gonna really make my hummingbird garden a garden. And anyway, she called them again, and they said they declined. They said they were no interested interested. I said, great, how much is it? She said, well, there's another lady that's here in the store, and she's the second person that wanted it. I went, oh no. And so anyway, she said, yes, I want it. And the clerk sold it to her, and she paid $35 for it. And I was like in her ear, I'll give you a little bit more. And I offered her 40 and she said no. I offered her 45. She said no. So then I went to 60 and she went, I want you to know I really want this, but she said I'd take it. So I paid her $60 for this beautiful, beautiful rustic 3-piece set. It was well worth it. It just fits perfectly in the garden. And this little, this is fun, this little rug that I put down under it was something that I had picked up several weeks ago. I wanted to use it in the garden, but it was still rolled up. I bought it at the Goodwill for like $6. And so I was able to put this down, and it fit perfectly under my beautiful rustic set. So the lady that sold this to me, I gave her my YouTube channel name, Yuma Gardner, and I'm hoping that you see this, and I wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you sacrificing this set so that I could have it for the Yuma Gardner Hummingbird Garden. So on top, yesterday I made a solar water fountain for the hummingbirds. So if you go to Gardening Easy with Gary and what is her name? I'll put a link to, if I can figure out how to do that, to their YouTube channel, because she does a lot of videos on how to make these solar fountains. But I made this solar fountain. I wanted orange to complement the garden, and I just happened to have an orange bowl that I had bought from Goodwill for $1.50, and this solar setup I'm recycling that from another project. And then these yellow flower plates, they were just so pretty. I had to drill a hole in them with the drill in the top one. I drilled a hole with a drill because this is melamine and it's really hard. You can't use the soldering iron to make a hole, because this plastic is very, very hard. So I had to use a drill in order to make the hole. And the chips, I got these in quartzite, and there was a gentleman there, I think he was from California, I believe, and he had a booth, and these are some chips that he just had on the ground, and he told me I could have as many as I wanted, and I picked up a whole bunch of them, and I've been using them in different things. Anyway, so I put the chips on top, and the plate has just enough room for the water to run back into the bowl, because solar fountains, they recycle. So I'm really pleased with the way that fountain turned out. That's just the right thing for this beautiful rustic garden set, and I think it just really tops it off. So let me come back around so you can get another complete view of the garden. So I have joined Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, and if you like this channel and you like the videos, please help support the Hummingbird Garden by clicking the link below to buy me a cup of coffee. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for your support in advance, and the Hummingbirds will thank you. They are coming quite frequently now to the garden, and this is a special place. It's an oasis in the middle of an RV park that is full of gravel lots. Let me show you some of the spaces here. You know, this is barren, this whole area. You know, we have just gravel. That's it. There's no special planting or anything. They have, we have some palm trees, but this whole RV park is simply gravel. And so what I'm trying to do here is just create a little bit of an oasis in the middle of a barren park, so that there will be a place for birds and other birds and hummingbirds to have a place to rest, to stop, to eat, and to drink, to bathe, and to enjoy just a little bit of an oasis in the middle of the desert. So thank you for watching. This is the Yuma Gardener. I'm in Zone 10A, and I am again hoping that you will support the channel with Buy Me a Cup of Coffee at the link below. Thank you, and I will be showing you more of the garden soon.